Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. My name's Neil and I have no idea what I'm doing. And at this stage, I barely know what I'm trying to do. Okay, it's been a couple of weeks since I last uploaded a video for a number of reasons. The last video, I have recorded videos. The last video I tried to record was the following week from the last one that I've uploaded. And in a weird synchronicity, what had happened was in that last video, somebody left a comment and they were asking about my ability to draw on a tablet and the fact that they tried and that they'd always struggled with it. I then tried to upload a video that was talking about materials, tools, equipment, how important any of those things are and how they relate to the work that you're trying to do and if they're important or not. And oddly, during the editing process of that video, my computer just kept crashing constantly. Every time I tried to edit the video, I then ran into a problem where I tried to run the videos directly via my phone and I couldn't get any of the footage to work. Now that was because I updated my operating system on my phone, on my iPhone, and it messed with all of the settings. I don't know why updating the operating system would change all of my settings so far as recording and stuff goes, but it didn't. I hadn't realized that until I then went all the way back through the settings in trying to troubleshoot and realized it had changed all of the formats. So therefore none of those formats would work on my computer. So not only was my computer crashing out whenever I was trying to edit, my footage was then not working on the computer, which felt oddly appropriate given the fact that I was trying to make a video about the importance of equipment and tools and materials. And I decided that I was therefore just not going to make videos for the time being until I could update my equipment. And I can't update my equipment until I go traveling in a few months' time. Well, I could, but the truth is I'll save a fortune if I buy my new computer while I'm overseas. And so, excuse me. And so I was going to leave it till then, but it was reaching the stage where that felt ridiculous, as that felt counterproductive to everything that I'm trying to do with the YouTube channel and with everything that I am doing at the moment. Well, this is where this gets a little bit confusing. I don't know what I'm doing. Not just with this channel, but all of the things that I've discussed on this channel so far. It feels like all I make videos about is the fact that I don't know what I'm doing, which then gets highlighted by the fact that I keep making videos about the fact that I don't know what I'm doing and nothing feels like it's changing. What I'm trying to do is build myself a future that is not miserable and full of regrets. That's what I'm trying to do. In a nutshell, regardless of how I'm trying to do that, that is what I'm trying to do. Everything that I'm doing, whether it be my own personal projects, whether it be work, whether it be going to the gym, this YouTube channel, any of it, what I'm trying to do is not have a future where I regret this period, because I'm certainly regretting the past, certainly aspects of the past, and where I'm not miserable because I haven't taken care of certain things right now, like finances and exercise. I am at a stage where I feel old, but I'm not. I'm in my early 50s, and to some people that would be old, for sure. Conversations at work highlight that when I talk to people and their parents are younger than me. But I forget that when I'm talking to them. This is one of the oddities of getting older, is you just don't feel it. This is why there are these generational tensions. Oh, Generation X is the worst generation out there. I think we can all agree on that. It's because you just have no clue what it's like to be Generation X. And I'm not trying to defend one generation or another, but the problem that I see constantly is Generation X doesn't realize that they're not Gen Z. And Gen Z has no clue what it feels like to be another 25 years down the line from their age, or 30 years down the line from their age, even though they think they do. And that causes this problem. Now, I'm not getting involved in any of that discussion. I don't care what Gen Z thinks, and nor do I care what Gen X thinks. I don't care what any of the generations think, to be quite honest. Because we're all just people, and all of us have a completely different outlook on the way certain things should or shouldn't be. I've got no time for those arguments. I've got enough crap to deal with in my own life without worrying about what this generation thinks about me or what my own generation thinks about them. It's just so irrelevant. It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. And this isn't a conversation about that. This is me trying to get YouTube back on track. But the point I'm trying to make is that I just don't know what it is that I'm trying to do. No, I don't know how I'm trying to solve the problem that I just mentioned, which is I just don't want to regret my past, and I don't want future me to regret these moments now because I made mistakes or didn't take care of things that I could have taken care of. And I don't want future me to be left in a position where I'm unhealthy and poor. I don't want that. And so that's what I'm trying to do. And then on top of that, there's secondary things that I'm trying to do. I want to be creatively fulfilled. I enjoy making these videos. I enjoy talking to this camera, whether it is some kind of therapy light, like I've mentioned before. I do enjoy the process of making these videos. And I enjoy the process of basically ranting at this camera, like I did just now about the generational garbage that goes on the internet time after time after time. Or whether it be me ranting about AI, or whether it be me ranting about movies, or whatever else it might be. But where that becomes a bit of a problem for YouTube is I don't know what I want this channel to be, among all the other things that I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with the channel, because I'm interested in so many different things. I like ranting about the generational problem or AI or movies or any of those. I like that. I like doing that. I like doing that to the camera, and I don't mind putting it up online, and I don't care what people think about it. As much as I bemoan art and my ability to do art, or even the fact that I don't even like to call myself an artist, as much as I bemoan all that, I do enjoy creating, and I enjoy the process of putting that up online. And if I can help anybody out while I do that, I enjoy doing that too. But I also enjoy gaming, tabletop and computer gaming, and I want the channel to cover that as well. I enjoy travel, and I want the channel to cover that. I watch such a diverse amount of channels on YouTube, all of which I think I have something to offer in my own channel in those spaces, whether that be channels about, I always see gaps in the market, so to speak. There's a whacking great gap in the art market because it just feels, the problem is with a lot of art YouTubers, they are the very people turning people to AI, because what they do is they make art look easy, and it isn't. And so when somebody who watches them gets inevitably frustrated when they can't do the thing where it's like, hey, you should just be able to do this easy. Look, throw a few of these brushes together and look at this amazing painting you can do. It's like, that's garbage. I do this for a living, and I watch those videos and try and copy it, and I can't do it. But they make you feel like you should be able to. Hey, this is easy. So when they can't then do it, but they can just go to AI and create stunning looking images, of course they're going to go and do that. Of course they're going to. And so I see a huge hole in the market where it's like, no, this just isn't easy. It just isn't. And I also see, I don't think it's purposefully disingenuous, but I see a lot of disingenuous advice, just bad advice in general, and advice where I can't believe that those people think that it's good advice. I think it's just clickbait, and the videos make people feel better. So I think there's a hole in the market for that. I certainly think there's a hole in the market on the travel front. I've spent a lot of time in Thailand. Right? I've spent a lot of time over there, and unfortunately the internet just feels like it's full of Thailand cliches. What everybody thinks people go to Thailand for, YouTube would make you believe that is true, and it isn't. Thailand's nothing like that. Asia's nothing like that. All of these countries that I see for these channels that keep popping up over and over and over and over again, I'm like, that's not Thailand. That's not the Thai experience. It can be the Thai experience, but it absolutely doesn't have to be. There's so much more to that country, that culture, and what you can experience there than what certainly what YouTube makes it look like. And so I can add to that. Me and my trying to get healthy, I have stuck to this going to the gym thing. And it feels like it's the next phase for me with going to the gym, where I really have a solid push at making myself. There's an order of importance for me and the gym. And it's not about the way I'm going to look at the end of it. If you'd asked me 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, what do I want to get out of the gym? I want to look like Brad Pitt in Fight Club. That's what I want to get. It's just like, even Brad Pitt in Fight Club points out a thing while he's on the train. They point to a poster of a man that looks like them. And he's like, is that what being a man's about? Let's have a chuckle. Dude, you look like that. You look like that picture. I don't. I want to be strong. I want to be flexible. I want to have endurance. And I want the end result to look like that. I want the end result to look like that's what I've done. Made myself strong, flexible, and have endurance. I'd like to be a small, angry beaver. That's what I'd like to look like, because that's what I feel like. I'm trying to do up this caravan. I'd like to cover that on the channel because I think it might help some people. Next year I plan to build a camper. I'd like to cover that. But none of these things, they come under one umbrella. That umbrella is I'm trying to make changes. And those are the changes that I'm trying to make. Creative ones, financial ones, personal ones, health ones, travel ones, life ones, experience ones, adventure ones. I'm trying to make changes everywhere. I want a life that I don't look back on with regrets. In all aspects. I think I mentioned previously in another video briefly that they say that there are these 5 or 6 areas of your life that you should focus on trying to make changes in at any one given time, and for each of those 5 or 6 areas you should have one project in that area that you focus on, and when that's completed you move on to the next. That feels relevant when I sit here and waffle out what it is that I'm trying to do. When I say travel, when I say making gaming content, when I say sorting out this caravan and building a camper, when I say taking care of my finances, when I say taking care of my health, these are those things that I mention in those lists. These are the areas. The only one that doesn't cover is relationships, friendships, partners, and things like that. But in taking care of those things, that other stuff should come naturally. Having friends is a byproduct. Having good and close friends is a byproduct of treating yourself better. Same for relationships. That's what it is a byproduct of. It's a byproduct of treating yourself with the same respect you would want others to treat you with, and that you should be treating others. You should treat yourself with the same respect. And if you do that, that will inevitably lead to building relationships, good, strong relationships, both friendships, in your family, partners, all of those things. If you treat yourself with the same respect, and if you get out in the world and experience some things for yourself, then you will meet other people, other like-minded people in the same way. I see a lot of people talking about loneliness, and it's a very real, scary thing, loneliness. And I don't want to talk about this topic without giving it the respect that it deserves, because loneliness is definitely a difficult thing, and I don't want to be flippant about it, because I have been lonely myself at times. But I think loneliness is made worse by not keeping yourself occupied. When I talk to lonely people, when I think about lonely periods in my life, when I think about lonely times, even now, it's at a time when I'm not doing anything of worth that keeps me occupied. I'm not lonely at the gym. Just not lonely when I'm working on my projects. I'm not lonely when I'm playing games, even if I'm playing games on my own. I'm not lonely at those times. I'm not lonely when I travel. Just not. Because when I'm doing all of these things, when I'm treating myself with the respect that I would want to treat others with, I don't tend to feel lonely at that times. I tend to feel lonely when I'm struggling to keep myself occupied, genuinely keep myself occupied, not just find something to do, have something to do. Now, loneliness, as I said, is a much bigger topic and isn't what this video is about. Obviously, as you can tell, this video is about all kinds of rambling, but the truth is I don't want to not make videos just because the equipment's not working at the moment, and just because I'm struggling to know what the channel should be about, because at this point it doesn't matter what the channel's really about. I should just make videos. The whole point is to document my process. And as I've said in previous videos, some people are here for the art, and I will produce art content. There's no art on this one because I can't edit the videos properly. Now I'm going to try and figure out how to edit the videos on the iPad in the same way that I'm editing videos on the computer. That iPad is easily powerful enough, right? The iPad can edit in 8K and do all of those fancy things that I've got no interest in doing. My videos are never going to be 8K. I doubt my videos will ever be 4K. Most people watch this stuff on their phones, and even if they don't, running something in 1080p on your computer is more than good enough. And so that's just what I'm going to do. It keeps file sizes down, it makes it easier to edit, and it means I don't have to faff about with camera settings and stuff. The point of this video is I just wanted to make another one. One of the things that I struggle with is consistency, and in that I mean that if I allow something to derail me from what I was doing, I become derailed and struggle to get back on the tracks. And I don't want that to be the case anymore. Because when you get derailed and struggle to get back on the tracks, usually when you struggle to get back on the tracks, it's just an excuse to not do something you probably didn't want to do in the first place, even though you should be doing it. I do want to make these videos. I do want to go to the gym, but I don't. I certainly don't want to go to the gym. I hate it. I hate exercising, but it's not an option anymore. If I don't want to be old and feeble, then I've got to take care of it right now. I should have taken care of it 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. When my friend Mark, the personal trainer that I've mentioned before, when my friend Mark, when I first met him and he was first on his gym journey, then I should have taken care of it then. When I had to think about my friend Dave and how much he struggles to stay consistent. No, he doesn't struggle to stay consistent, but through injuries and illness, how he fights to stay on top of his health in that way. And now he is strong. Both of those people who are my age, much stronger than I am. And some people genuinely enjoy exercise. I think Mark and Dave both genuinely do it. And maybe I will genuinely enjoy it at some point in the future as well. I'd like to think that I would. Right now, I don't really enjoy it, but I know it's necessary and I feel better for doing it because I think, yeah, I managed to stay on track with that. And this video is the same thing. This video is me falling off the rails due to something beyond my control. Then other things getting in the way. It's not like I've done nothing in between. Although I've played plenty of computer games where I could have made videos instead of making those games. I've just finished Control again. I could have been making these videos instead of doing that. Especially these kind of talking to the head straight to the camera. I'm going to upload it straight away because there won't be much of an edit in this. The biggest edit is going to be me chopping off the very beginning where I cough and stuff like that, and me chopping off the very end when I get up and I switch off this camera. In between that, I'm not editing this video. It won't have a time lapse over the top of it. I apologise for that, but there's nothing I can do about that at the moment. Not until I learn how to edit on the iPad. I could have learned to edit on the iPad instead of playing games. But like I said, what happens is I get derailed and there's other things. I don't want to spend my whole life working either. I enjoy playing computer games and I shouldn't feel guilty about that. But when I am forsaking other things just so I don't have to do those things, and so I play computer games instead, then I should probably feel guilty about that. So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what the channel's going to be. I don't know where it's going to go. At some point, if I want the channel to be... But here's another funny thing about the channel. When I hear people talking about getting monetized, when I hear people talking about how much money they made on their YouTube channel or those things, I don't care. I don't care. If you're doing it to make money, then no. There's nothing wrong with doing YouTube to make money, if that's what you want to do. But if that's your end goal, it makes YouTube much harder than it has to be, because you are then constantly struggling to fill your niche and to make videos that people find appealing and all of those things. That's not what I'm trying to do here. If YouTube makes me money, great. If it does, that's brilliant. Side income, side hustle, all of that garbage that people talk about. God, I hate that hustle culture thing. It's just as bad. But anyway, great. If that's what YouTube does, then that's brilliant. But that's not what I want to do YouTube for. YouTube is meant to be a supplement to other things that I'm doing. Anyway, it's just to say that there will be more videos coming again. I won't have excuses for why there wasn't a video. Like I said, I've got a perfectly good iPad that would definitely be able to edit this footage, even though this garbage computer, not garbage computer, it's served me well, to be quite fair. I hate Windows, but it has served me well. It's 8 years old at this point, something like that. This one's at least 6 years old because they had to replace it because the last one crapped out as well. But even still, a 6-year-old computer, especially with that form factor, first generation of these computers, the fact that it's lasted this long is a miracle. And it still works. It's showing the screensaver and I can still work on it. But what happens is if I'm doing anything too intensive, it will get to a point sometimes where it will just suddenly be like, no, I've had enough, I'm going to restart. And that's what happened with all the previous videos. The amount of I spent 2 days just trying to edit the last video because every single time I got halfway through the edit, it would just shut down and restart. And then even when I kind of got to a stage where I'd thought this edit's good enough, just export it, I couldn't get it to export. Every time I tried to get it to export, it'd go about halfway through and it would just restart again. So in the there's going to be another video soon. This one is just going to get finished and uploaded midweek. It's Monday today. I'll probably upload it tonight. I'll have a look at the edit on the phone and I'll figure everything else out via the iPad. I probably won't even edit it on the phone. I'm just going to cut it about inside the Photos app, and then I'm just going to upload it straight to YouTube. But in the next video, I'm going to talk about some of the ideas that I do actually have for the channel. Not just random things that I want to cover, like me and traveling, but certainly on the art and the gaming front. Things that I would like to do on the channel that people who are here for the art or might be interested in the gaming can then possibly expect from any videos that I might make. So that's it. This is a waffling, ranting video. Of all kinds of myriad of topics. This one truly is more like a journal. This is like when I write in my journal, my daily pages, much more like that. And I haven't done them for a while either, because I got derailed, and then again I struggle to get back into that routine, so they suffer as much as this does. So but this video feels a lot more like my daily pages than a normal video that I would make. But I'm going to leave this one here. I just wanted to get another video made in the same way that I made that very first one when I came back to the channel, where it's like, don't sit and make excuses. At the moment I'm sitting watching YouTube when I could be making videos for YouTube. I mean, I am watching a video about how to digitally paint, because part of what I want to cover on the channel is me learning to digitally paint, but I'll cover that in a later video, and I'll talk about that more in detail when I get onto that topic. But for now, I'm going to leave this one here. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Neil. Thanks for watching. I actually can't remember how I end these videos either, but I appreciate you watching, if you watch to this. And if you've come back to this video, I appreciate that too. And I'll talk more about this stuff in the future. All right, cheers for watching. Thanks. Bye. Bye.